within a TV series, there is going to be an element of fiction. But anytime you have fiction, you also need to have facts that go with the fiction. Okay? It can't just be all fiction, because some people go, nah, I ain't buying that. Well, I am proud to introduce an expert, because when you want facts, you want to go to experts, and this gal is an expert, trust me. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to Lisa Haven.
Hi.
Hey, Lisa, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Good. Now, Lisa, you have a show. It's called Lisa Haven News.
Right.
Correct? Okay, and by the way, you can go and check her out. She's really cool. I want to ask you a question. This script deals with the chip. How could the chip come to be? How can it, first of all, is it real? Can it really happen?
Oh yes, absolutely. The technology is already, there's the machines to make it, there's the technology is it's widely on the internet, and in fact it's already being used on the market. In our debit cards, credit cards, they're putting RFID chips, and these chips, some believe that the mark of the beast could come about via a microchip implant that goes in your hand or your forehead, and this is something that the technology, it exists, it's in the making, but not only that, if they're using it in our cards, but also in our products. And to take it a step further, in things like Obamacare and other things that they're putting in the medical field, they've actually have clients who are putting these chips into their bodies under the name of health and saying, yeah, I've microchipped myself to take care of my health, if you will, and so it can be scanned.
I just thought of something. They're getting us conditioned by putting the chip on the credit card, so that we're used to the chip, something you put in. And next step is, like you say, it's going to go inside of our flesh, right? Great. Okay, next thing, cashless society. Do you think we're going to go cashless? Like, no money?
I do. We're kind of already getting there. Cash is something that's frowned upon. Even if you use it, it's like, oh, you got cash, you know, you kind of have that mentality going already. But in addition to it, I've read some of the Bilderberg meetings. They have these meetings every year. And like clockwork, they have certain things on the agenda. Well, for the past 2 or 3 years, number 3 or 4 on the agenda has been cashless society. And when these multi-billionaires, if you will, get together and they plan things, they're planning things like a cashless society. So we have the mark of the beast coming about, we have the cashless society already in the making. That way they can control everything, because they want to know everything that you're doing, and this cashless society provides that outlet.
Wow. My last question, the government. Is our government an honest system that we can trust?
Was Hitler? Stalin, Hitler, Mao. I mean, there's a list a mile long. And so, I mean, I don't trust, you know, everyone in the government. Obviously, there's good and there's bad, and it's a much needed thing that we need. But at the same time, it's corrupt.
There's a level of corruption. You're absolutely right.
Yes.
So, I mean, is the government after you? Are you on like some kind of list or something for talking like this?
Well, well, I don't know if you'd, well, I guess you'd call it a list, but yes, they have names of certain people that they'll watch, and they're really tracking everybody. This has come out via WikiLeaks on the CIA documents, actual documents. Edward Snowden probably rings a bell with a lot of people, but they're really forming profiles on everyone. So if ever there's a problem or an issue, they can look you up, and they have everything on you.
Wow.
And so
that means when I make the Last Evangelist, that maybe they might look.
I'm sure you're on it.
I have watched your channel. It's amazing, the thing, because you give news that you don't see anywhere else. Okay, and by the way, when we talk about this research, don't go to the mainstream. Anytime you're doing research on something, don't go to mainstream. Most of the time, mainstream, anything leads you to nowhere, okay? It's a dirty stream, okay? You gotta go to alternative media, and that's what she's got. Lisa Haven News, okay? Lisa, thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.